Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, Sleeve the Eclectic Gem. I'm Quinn, and today we're gonna do another, I guess you could say story time, but really more like a chit chat. Got me some tea here, some lemon juice in, and then some berries. Grab your tea, your wine, whatever your drink of preference is. Come on in to my little girly chit chat. It ain't even gotta be girly, but join me for this little chit chat. We're gonna talk about dating, or the lack thereof. Well, I think I'm done for now. Being prepared for what you've prayed for, and a few story times as to why I think I'm done dating for now. Get into it. That's good. Okay. So, I started the dating apps, I think in January. I was bored. Still is a little bored, but mostly bored. And I guess you could say a little lonely. Now, loneliness for me, I think looks a little differently because I am an only child, and loneliness is like first nature for me. It's comfortable. As soon as I get around people, I'm like, ooh, y'all too loud, y'all talk too much, crazy. So mostly boredom. Like, ooh, I done lost all this weight, I got a body, I want to be outside, I'm bored. Why am I always sitting in the house just talking to children? So I figured, let me get on this dating app. Now, initially, I thought I wanted a relationship, but and I did meet somebody who was saying that they were on that same page. Cool dude, whatever. And it was cool. It was nice for like a second, just getting to know him. And even to this point, like, he was the most like compatible person that I had talked to throughout this whole process. However, it was just weird with like the amount of time we did or did not spend together. To say we talked every single day, and he lived in like one of the surrounding cities. But if you know the Golden Triangle, you know that no matter which way you go, the next city is like 20 minutes over. It's not a big deal. So that kind of got tired to me because I really liked him. And one thing about it is, if I really like you, since liking somebody is so rare for me, like, I want to see you. Like, I want to touch you. I want to be around you, And since like that wasn't happening, like, I lost interest. No matter what, like, I'm going to lose interest. If you're not stimulating every part of this in the process, I'm done. Like, it's weird, and I'm not for to feel like I'm begging for somebody's time or attention. Just not for to do it. So I hit him up one day and was like, hey, this ain't working, because it wasn't working for me. So move on to the next one. So after I decided I didn't want to talk to him no more, got back on the apps, because I don't want to be a person that's talking to multiple people. Like, if I find that one person that I really I'm digging, I'm chill. Like, I don't want too much. I ain't trying to be all over the place with everybody. That ain't for me. So the next guy I met was like older. He was like 45 and traveled for work. Like, he lives in Beaumont, but at the time when we started talking, he was in Mississippi doing a job in a plant, basically staying in a hotel. Cool, saying all the right things, had like nice little Louisiana accent. Okay. But the more we talked, I just realized, like, every time I talk to you, you're fussing about something. You always grouchy. That's an absolute no-go for me. It takes a lot for me to maintain my peace, and any little bit of good mood that I can conjure up, I want to keep it. And if you ever talk to somebody that's always nagging, like, it gets to you. I don't want to hear that every day. Like, every time I talk to you, something always wrong. And then there was just one little incident that I was just like, oh no, this is who you are. So mind you, I mentioned he was staying in a hotel, and some woman, I guess, moved in with her kids upstairs, like right above his room. Kids was loud. Mind you, his shift at the in the plant was like night shift, so he would be trying to get his rest throughout the day. And of course, kids are up throughout the day, playing, having fun, having the time of their life, or whatever. Which I'm not gonna say the time of their life, because why are they living in the hotel? Something had to have been wrong, in my opinion. So he's constantly complaining about how this woman's kids are doing too much. He done been to the front desk to complain. I'm like, okay, that's normal. She refused to move. They offered to move him. It's just you gather your stuff and move. Like, don't make a big deal out of it. As long as you're getting your rest, I feel like that's all it should have mattered. And I did say that to him, just because you fussing about this so much. Like, I'm somebody, you ain't really got to ask my opinion. If we talking about it, eventually, if I feel like you're being unreasonable, I have to say it. And I feel like if you're talking to me, you should say it. You should do it to me too. Because sometimes I am unreasonable. I am being unrealistic. Like, I'm just... So, he kind of got mad at me for saying that, hung up. Called me back the next day, still fussing about the same thing. At this point, he tells me he had done one knocked on that woman's room door. I say, you what? Yeah, and they still making all that noise. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I think he was saying he was going back up there. I say, they're going to call the cops on you. I want them to. Now I'll be a-hole or asshole if I go get a speaker and turn that bitch up all night while I go to work. Like, yeah, you would be. And I get it. If you ain't slept good in about a week, all reason goes out the window. But still, in that moment, in that conversation, I was just like, ugh. Left a really bad taste in my mouth. And at that moment, I decided, oh, he ain't the one. He's not. I don't even want to just go out on dates with him, because if you're losing your temper here, I don't want to get out in public with you at a restaurant and you decide your food too cold, your drink nasty, you don't want this, you don't want that, and you going in on the wait staff or something. Or, God forbid, you call yourself trying to check me or go off on me. I pay really close attention to people's tempers and mannerisms in lots of situations, because I never want to be dealing with a violent man. That's an absolute no-go for me. So that was the end of that. Who was next? I think I deleted the apps after that for like probably a few weeks. And then, who did I talk to? Oh, there were just a few conversations. Because if you're talking the wrong thing, like, you're not even getting my number, we won't continue if you say the wrong thing on the app or whatever. Next dude I met, he was nice. It was like a really slow start to the conversation, but still very respectful. He lied about his height on his profile. But I tried to still roll with it, just because, whatever. Maybe he didn't lie. Maybe I'm taller than I think. I don't know. So, oh, my knees. Thank God they're not black. I don't know. But anywho, he lied about his height on his profile. So we chatted on the app. Then eventually I gave him my number, because I was like, I probably should delete this app again, because I'm just not. For one, you swiping. Out of like 50 swipes, you might get 2 right swipes, which is people like that you might actually want to meet with. And it's exhausting. I cannot stand having 10 different conversations going on. It's not for me. I really don't like talking to people. 10 different people saying, hey, beautiful, what's up? Ooh, little mama, you thick. Ooh, no, I'm fat. Like, let's say what it is. What's up? Stop playing with me. And if you ain't talking about going somewhere, leave me alone. So we exchanged numbers, because I was finna delete the app. And I think I did delete the app for like a day or two. He was cool. We did a little coffee date. I thought that was so cute. And people be like, oh, he just being cheap or whatever. Okay, in this day and age, I understand. Because me being me, who want to just be outside, which I'm not going to just go outside with anybody just because they're offering. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of girls that are, or women that are. Like, girl, if he feeding me, I'm going. I don't care what he look like. He ain't never going to see me again, which I've done that. But not because I went into it with the intention of playing that man. Just the conversation. And if you watch the last story time, you understand, because that was the situation where, like, went to dinner. Don't contact me after this. Like, if you ain't seen it, go watch it. But yeah, so we did coffee, but it was we had such a good time. We enjoyed each other. Like, we sat there, we had coffee, then we went back and had smoothies because we were still there after like hours, just talking and vibing. And with that guy, like I said, he was shorter than he said in his profile. I don't think he thought I was as tall as I was, but I tried to play it off because, you know, in the past, if I show up and you ain't never gonna see me again. But he was nice. He had the little bald look going, the little goatee, carried himself well, but crazy. He was a little crazy. And maybe us only children are crazy people, because I know I'm a little throw in some ways too. And that was something we talked about, like, I'm an only child. Oh, I'm an only child too. Okay. Why haven't I seen you? Like, what school did you go to? He was like, a kid from private school. Okay. Pastor's kid. Okay. So, okay, good. And he was top notch, respectful. I didn't touch a door. I didn't touch my wallet. We went on like 3 dates in a week, and every time he took care of everything. It was really good about like anticipating my needs. Like, oh, I need to go get a nap. Oh, look, I grabbed one for you already. What? And I know that's so small, but in this day and age, like, men are not moving like that. So, like, in my book, I'm like, okay, you short, but you winning. Like, so he was like, okay. Through conversation, I started noticing, like, something always going on and wrong, but it ain't never your fault. It's always everybody's fault that's around you. Because he had, like, a lawsuit going on with a company for, like, wrongful termination. And it was, like, a fresh termination, because I was talking to him, and all of a sudden, oh, yeah, I got a new job. I'm starting next week. And I was like, but we've been talking to, why you at work? Oh, okay, well, whatever, cool, congratulations, you know. And then he never really said what the new job was. So, okay, let me back up. He never really said what the new job was. But so on our like third date, I remember to tell you, third date in a few weeks. I mean, not third date in 1 week. Oh, the other thing about him anticipating my needs. I did go back to his house. Nothing happened. The boy never even kissed me. Like, at some point I was like, maybe you're not attracted to me, because I was bigger than him. And I'm not a small woman. He has a small frame, short. Hugging him was a little, felt like I was going to break him. So, and when we would go to his house, I would be wearing sandals, and he had like tile floors. And he'd be like, oh, let me get you some socks. Once again, anticipating my needs. Because I wouldn't even ask for no socks, because it's kind of weird. But I took the socks, and I was like, oh, thank you. But so the third date, we go out to eat. And I hadn't mentioned to him that I had weight loss surgery. So we just sitting down and eating. Of course, I'm done after just a few bites in. So I'm just sitting there, and he's like, you done? And I'm like, yeah, it don't really take much to fill me up. And I looked at him, I was like, oh, I didn't tell you. He was like, no, tell me what. So I mentioned, oh, I had weight loss surgery. I think it was 6 months ago at the time, like 6 months ago. So what I consume is like, it's very little. I can only eat so much in one sitting. And he mentions, this is what he said verbatim. That old fat white bitch from work had that same shit, huh? Yeah. I was just like, now mind you, this was not the first time he mentioned the white girl from work. And I'm saying white girl because that's how he mentioned her. I'm not a racist person. People that's watching know good and well, like, and I know this is what people say all the time, but I'm not racist. I have white friends that I love dearly. Hey, y'all, hey. But this is how he would mention her. Because when he mentioned, like, getting fired, he mentioned her. But in this moment, sitting across from this man at this restaurant, and I'm telling you that I just had weight loss surgery, and you think about that fat white bitch at work that all of a sudden was getting kind of slim, you know. No, at this point, I'm stuck because, like I said, he had mentioned this white girl before. And I'm starting to feel like, was it like a workplace romance gone wrong, bad breakup, or because a few days before, while at the coffee shop, he mentioned, yeah, I know where that be live. When he was telling me he hadn't got fired. Was it that day he got fired, maybe? But he had another job coming up. So he was like, yeah, I know where that be live, da-da-da-da-da. And that didn't sit right with me. But I don't know, for some reason, I just kind of shrugged it off. Now, in that moment at the restaurant when he's going off saying, oh, that white bee at work had that surgery too. Mind you, I'm stumped because what am I supposed to say to that? Like, I mean, I'm still just sitting there because I can't eat my food because I didn't eat enough as it is. One more bite and I will be in pain. So but just to change the subject, I asked for one of his shrimp. Hey, can I taste one of your shrimp? Oh yeah. You gonna be able to get it? Yeah, thank you. Oh, it looks so good. Just to change the subject because that was very awkward and very aggressive. Mind you, I know little men have a habit of being a little more aggressive to like prove their masculinity, and it's not necessary. It wasn't necessary. I don't know. But I was still willing because he was fun. Like 3 dates in 1 week. And given that he hadn't even tried to kiss me or anything, like, it was cool. Because if he had just ended up being my friend, it was cool dude. Besides the, I guess temper. So we go back to his place after dinner and we find a movie to watch. I think we ended up watching like The Invite or something like that. It's not what I thought it was going to be, but it turned out to be a really, really good movie. Now, throughout this movie, there's a few scenes and scenarios that's going on, and he's just like, oh, no, couldn't be me. Oh, she do-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, that's your thought process? A preacher's son? Oh. So, and I gave my input, like, what was happening in that scene? So, in the movie, this man basically used to be a bully, and he runs into the dude that he used to basically torment. And long story short, it was a major thing because he had lied and said that boy was getting raped, and it never happened. But it turns out the boy's dad tried to kill him because he was so ashamed of the fact that his son hadn't been touched in that way, but it never happened. That don't come out to the end, but mind you, running into this dude, and this dude is like, hey, you should come over to my place for dinner. It's wild seeing you. Let's be friends. So the dude that was the bully was just like, nah, you're weird. He pretended, but at the end of the day, they was like, he's weird. He's doing weird stuff, him and his wife. Well, a few situations went on, but the wife started noticing that like her husband wasn't exactly who she thought he was. So she was asking questions like, what did you do to this dude for him to be acting so weird and doing all these weird things around our home and this and that? And he basically like shut her out, told her off, whatever. Then started, I guess, going in on her and what her high school experience used to be like. And she jumped up and she slapped him. And dude like had a reaction to that. And I was just like, no, she shouldn't have put her hands on him. But that's a wife trying to talk to her husband. She knows something is wrong. He's lying. You should be able to tell your partner anything, right? Like, that's not... But I digress. Different men people think differently, but that's your past. And I'm not a complete advocate of telling your partner about all of your past. But if she clearly knows something was going on, something has happened, and she had been investigating on her own, she just waiting for you to tell the truth. Okay, babe, I was a stupid blankety blank in high school. This is what happened. I regret it, but it is what it is, and it's done. But no, he hadn't changed. He was still doing that in his adulthood to get jobs over other people in his profession. So, yeah. I seen that we had like a difference of train of thought throughout that conversation while watching that movie. And then like a day or two later, like I just noticed like his tone changed via text. And I'm somebody, I pick up the energies, I pick up the vibes, and I'm not begging you to talk to me. So, deuces. It's a bummer. He was fun. And then y'all know about house arrest. If you don't, go watch the last story time. And then the next guy after that, because you know, I just kept it moving. Like no hard feelings, not sad about nothing, just keep it moving. So the next guy that I decided to just go ahead and entertain from my inbox, because he was already in the inbox. I don't even know where to start. One, did not look like his pictures. We never went on a date. He did decide to FaceTime me. I guess he wanted me to know, hey, that picture is a little old and there's some filters thrown in that thing. I don't know. He was a really good conversation though. Like he was a good conversation. But also in that conversation, I realized we didn't really want the same things, because at this point, I just want somebody to go outside with every now and then and spend a little time with, you know, because I ain't got a lot of free time as it is. But okay. He's more along the lines of, oh no, like he used to be married and I guess he's looking for wife number 2. And I'm just like, no, I'm not really looking for nothing that serious. Like at this point, I don't know if I ever want to be married. I don't know. So, I mean, it sounds good, but when you really think about everything that goes into marriage, I don't think I have all that in me. Like, and that's just me being honest with myself, because after I take care of my kids, I don't really have much left. And I can admit that. It sucks, it's a hard truth, but it is what it is. That's why I'm not trying to be nobody's wife. Not at this moment anyway. But I said that to him and he just kept the conversation going. Now, in the midst of the conversation, you know, you talk about, oh, you got kids? Yeah, I got kids. How old are your kids? He has a 6-year-old and a 9-month-old. Now, for me, the younger the child is, the messier the whole other party situation could be. And that's not for everybody. But I did ask, like, so, hey, what is it like with her mom? Like, well, me and her were never together. She was just a friend and da-da-da. But at the same time, you asking me, do I have a problem with you having female friends? Well, seeing as that you impregnated one of your friends, nah, I don't think that that'll be a good idea. And that ain't nothing that I'd be comfortable with. Well, no, it wasn't nothing like that. Blah, 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 blah. And one ear out the other. I can't even tell you what he said, because I was just like, what? I was not listening. Then he goes to tell me, oh, also, I'm a bad diabetic, so I do have ED. So, I'm confused. I mean, I wasn't attracted to you anyway, so that's probably it wouldn't have happened. However, what you doing? And why you, that's, okay. So, that was like the latest. Now, I didn't mention the dudes that I had gave my numbers to that were like, come chill. And I'm just like, where we going? No, come to the crib. No, I don't think I'm what you're looking for. I've said that an unbelievable amount of times. Like, hey, I don't think I'm what you're looking for. Or like, stop texting me, trying to get me to come to your place. To multiple people. Now, the latest is, like, the night before, well, probably 3 nights ago, I was still up. I got the text. But, I don't respond to certain people after a certain time just because I don't want to give that impression that you got a chance to get me there or to come here or any of that. So the next morning I'm like, hey, what's up? Oh, you tell me. I left it. And that night I was like, hey, based on our one and only conversation, well, I was like, well, what are you looking for? Because based on our one and only conversation, I'm not it. Well, I get on Facebook the next day. Mind you, I have Facebook, but I don't really be on there like that. Like, I'll go weeks without, like, getting on Facebook. I happened to get on Facebook. He got a post up of him and some woman saying, like, she the realest, she really the most niggas out here. And I'm just like, it's too much. What you texting me for? And it ain't even like you know me and we had a thing in the past and you know what you missing. I'm a complete stranger. Now, if I was the unhinged me that I used to be, that whole text thread would have been in your comments under that picture. But I'm not with the drama these days. I'm tired. I like my peace. But what are you doing that for? Like, I don't even understand. And also on these dating sites, a lot of people that you friends with, like in your town on Facebook, they in marriages and having babies, like actively having babies with their wives. But you on this dating app. That is crazy to me. Now, with me being nosy and knowing a lot about a lot without even really trying to, I knew who to steer clear from when I saw him on a dating site and was just like, But throughout this whole process, one thing I noticed was that people couldn't hide who they were. But to me, it seemed strange because I was just like, why are they saying all this? Why they telling me all this? Like, it's weird. Now, at the beginning of this process, when I knew I was going to go into dating, I prayed for clarity. I prayed for clarity and the ability to trust my intuition. And nobody's been able to keep nothing to themselves. And I know what I asked for, but I wasn't really ready for that. Because, I'm glad about it. But sometimes I feel like ignorance is truly bliss. But I've never been the type of person that can just be ignorant. Like, even if I was ignoring every red flag, God was still throwing them at me, putting them in my dreams, the gut feelings. The dreams really will take you out because you wake up next to that person mad as hell and then feel crazy because, no, they wouldn't do me like that. Why would they do me like that? But the whole time they doing you like that and God is telling you, he's showing you, hey, you need to, it ain't right here. Move around. You deserve better. I have better in store for you. It's just, I prayed for clarity. And every person I came across, they could not hide who they were. Or they did not have a desire to hide who they were. Everybody was very, very honest, and which I'm glad about. And the latest situation was like the dude that I had talked to in the very beginning that I really, really liked. So we did stop talking for like a month and we realized we miss talking to each other. Like, we're not really trying to aim towards nothing anymore, but we talk to each other. And I even was like, well, let's just try the whole FWB, friends with benefits thing. Even though, I don't know, I can't bring myself to do it. And I was going to do it, but I sent like this text in a joking way. I thought we were going to laugh about it. But like I said, I prayed for clarity. And I had seen something on YouTube about like the drizzle men, the soft guy. What's that? Oh. So the drizzle men, the soft guy era, which if you don't know what it is basically men saying, I want to be provided for. Wine and dine me. I'm not paying for dates with these women because I'm the prize. Which, okay, you know, whatever. No man that I know, like, they know they're the prize. They know they are a prize, but they don't think that they are the prize. Like, men that I know, not really taking nothing from no woman, especially in the beginning. Like, maybe a dinner, but it won't be the first dinner. You won't expect her to pay for like a first date or anything like that. So I asked the dude, I was like, hey, you think, I asked him like, hey, do you have any desire to be in your soft guy era? And then in like parentheses, I put drizzle. I was joking. This man sent me like 3 paragraphs. Whoop. ... because he's still typing. Whoop. ... because he's still typing. Whoop. I said, oh. Well, first it was like, well, I've been in my soft guy era. I've been in it, just not to the full effect. So I was like, please explain. And that's when I got the paragraphs. Because, y'all, my curiosity is going to be the end of me. Because I always want, please elaborate. If I don't understand, I want to understand. Like, do I remember everything that was in? Basically, he said a whole lot that turned me all the way off. Because I don't know nothing about that. I don't know no men like that. Like, I've had a situationship that lasted a very long time, but that man did a lot for me. From cash, from fixing to doing. Because one of the big things that he said was like, if you're not my woman, I ain't doing nothing. You better call them other niggas. But I mean, if you're dealing with a woman, and I've had the luxury of being the side nigga for so long or so many times that I ain't never had to do nothing for no woman. Now, mind you, I'm not a woman that's gonna just be like, do this for me, do that for me, do this for me. But in the event that I need to call you for something and you're the person that I'm dealing with and you can't show up, I don't understand that, because I have guy friends that will always show up. But if I'm dealing with somebody like that, like, they shouldn't have to. You know what I mean? Like, that was like the biggest ick to me ever. And it was just like, God was like, haha, you thought you was finna do something that I told you I didn't want you doing anyway. You ain't finna be out here just giving yourself to people who don't deserve you. That prayer for clarity and trust in my intuition. Because when I left him alone months ago, that was meant to be. I had that gut feeling and that nudge, and I followed it. But then I doubled back because I mean, people I've met since then, they just ain't, you know, I don't know. And it's something about getting older that you just, once you really, really learn your worth, your value, and your value is not just in your body, but your body is precious. You're not going to just be out here just giving it to anybody just because they say they want it. No, like, because then what? Like, and I really battled with myself about that decision. Like, oh, well, that's fine. We could just, he cool to talk to and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But then he wasn't cool to talk to no more because he couldn't hide who he was. All because I asked a simple, yeah, I thought it was going to be a joke. I thought we were going to laugh about it. And I got paragraphs that gave me the icks about him. Clarity. Follow your intuition. Be prepared for what you pray for. Because it sounds good until you got to make like really hard decisions and stand on it, because you know better. And knowing better and doing better because you know better is hard sometimes. Well, it is, but it ain't. Because, I don't know, I guess it depends on the person. But I knew I had no business trying to make a friends with benefits arrangement. But I'm just bored and I'm tired of just sitting here and just, waiting to find the right person. Being patient. Because you're going to be patient regardless. Because I told you I want you to myself. And what you been doing? Just being hard-headed. I want to meet new people. Not saying I'm going to stop. Go ahead. Please don't track me down. But it won't be through dating apps. Somebody did make a suggestion like, hey, why don't you just go places. So I think like probably once a week or once every 2 weeks, I might just go sit at a bar somewhere. Not saying that I'm gonna meet people, but I might. And we'll just see what happens. At least I can see you for exactly who you are and you see exactly who I am right in that point. And apparently at this point, you can't lie to me. You can't play me because God don't play about me. God ain't playing about me because the clarity is there. The intuition is there. I mean, we working on obedience. I'm gonna admit that I'm working on it, but for the most part, I'm there. I delete the apps after I get them paragraphs from that boy. I said, okay, yes, Lord, I understand. We won't be doing that because I'm too old for that, and you ain't it. He put up a good facade for a good little minute. Whew. Pray for clarity, y'all. But be prepared for what comes with it. Because when I tell you, it seems like people just can't they can't hide nothing. And that ain't just with dudes. It's just, why that little notification keep popping up? And it's not just with dudes. It's like all around. People cannot hide. I feel it. I see it. It's rough. But I prayed for clarity and God gave it to me. Now I'm here. Still sitting alone. About to bring it a whole nother birthday by myself. But it's cool. And one thing I can say is I'm still at peace with singleness. Like I am. I just get bored sometimes. I want a person that like when I get bored or, want to go outside, I can just hit up like, hey, you free for drinks tonight? Hey, you want to go grab lunch? Like, ooh, that new movie coming out. Let's go check out a movie. And it's not a problem. Like, nah, I ain't your nigga. Go do that with your nigga. Or one of them other, like, that's... And who knew that would be, like, so hard to find? Maybe God saying, you need to be in a relationship. I want you in a relationship. That's going to make a very special man. But, yeah. Thanks for joining me for my little TED Talk today. My little chit-chat. Chime in if you have anything to say or suggest. That whole clarity thing, it blew my mind. Because for a minute, I was like, what's going on with these men? Ain't nobody keeping nothing to themselves no more. They don't hide nothing no more. Not that I want to be lied to or played with. Let me be very clear about that. But I'm not used to, I'm used to blunt people. And what's been going on is not even about bluntness because we just having general conversation. And the real stuff just comes up. And y'all know, like I said, my curiosity is going to be the death of me because I'm going to ask more questions. If it hit I ain't like that. Could you, before I analyze everything, say it again, explain it. Because I will overanalyze a broad statement to no end. So explain that. Make sure I got it right. I want to be clear. Because I pray for clarity. And crystal clear. In every situation. It was like screaming, oh no, he ain't it. Ooh, I don't like that. Go ahead and cut him loose. Why he acting like that? That ain't cute. All right, we gotta cut him loose too. Dang, I wouldn't be sitting here saying this to somebody I want to talk to. Cause used to be people be on their best behavior for a good little minute. And I mean, I don't know. Pray for clarity, y'all. But with that being said, I deleted my dating apps. And I'm done with that for now. I have to just start making some plans for my birthday. And we'll see what happens. God's gonna have to just bring that man to me. Sit him down next to me and we'll see what happens from there. Cause the whole point of the dating apps is like, I don't go nowhere. I don't meet people. And like, I'm definitely not gonna talk to nobody from work, but then that's the only place I am. I'm at work and I'm at home taking care of my kids. So yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get back to something one day. All right, y'all. Thanks for chilling with me. For 40 minutes. I've been reading my mouth for 40 minutes. This tea good too. What did y'all grab? Y'all got some wine, some tea, some water? Or y'all just laying in bed watching this video like, I wish you shut up already. Don't forget to like. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. I'm a hoot. I mean, this is an eclectic channel because I do a little bit of everything. Oh, with that being said, y'all, guess what size my pajama set is? Yes. A medium. A 8 to 10. It's wild. And if you're new here, this also is a documentation of my weight loss journey on this channel. And I used to be about a good 2X. A medium. And it looked good too. And I would show y'all, but my ring light clowning. So I ain't even gonna try to move it around. Cause they'll be mad. Well, this is the end of the video anyway. So let me get myself together and show y'all, okay? A medium. Who would thunk it? Oh, thanks for watching. Like I said, if you haven't subscribe, like, comment, share. I'll see y'all next time. Good night, guys.